What are we doing? We're gonna get into this, guys. It's the Entry Grade Strike Gundam. And as you can see, I've mentioned this, the box has seen better days. A colony may have dropped on it. A dog may have bit it. It may have been in some kind of conflict. But it's here now in my possession, and we're going to treat it with the utmost of care. We're going to try and get this baby together and make it sing as best as we can. This is one of your favorite EGs? Really, Paper Joey? Wow, that's cool. Neat. I'm looking forward to the build then. Have you built the other EGs then? So once again, just to sort of right at the start, we can kind of clear the air and get the story straight with this model. This is a model that I bought at a Ding and Dent sale. Regular Canadian moose bucks. This is about $12 to $13, $15 at most. Because of the box is in the state that it is in. It was 4 smackaroos, which is pretty good in my opinion. The shopkeep at the cash was like, "Do you want to open the box, dude?" I don't know why he sounded like that. "Do you want to open the box, dude?" And I was like, "No, that's okay. I think it's fine. Like, it doesn't, you know, like $4, whatever. It's cool. It's cool." He's like, "No, I think we should open up the box and take a look, right? I think we gotta take a look and see." So we opened up the box, and there was this one problematic section. As you can see, there's some kind of bend going on, which I think is that the structural integrity of the actual part is fine. Simply just this runner is curved in an alarming way, a concerning way. But this was the main culprit here. We saw this. This looks like an issue, and he was like, "Oh no, real runners have curves." This looks a little off, to be honest, but I think that once we kind of put it back into its place, and maybe we'll use a wee bit of glue, I think things will kind of be okay. I think. We'll see, guys. We shall see. Rachel, how am I painting this? I have no clue. As a matter of fact, my other entry grades, I've simply just built them and then just put them back in the box because I have no idea what I want to do with them. I have no idea what I want to, how I want to customize it or paint it, really, at this point in time. I have not decided any of that. So we are gonna figure that out. Okay, I'll leave everything in this box, although I don't really like looking at this box. It's in such a bad state. Anyways, that slide, it might be held by tension. Yeah, that's my thinking. Is that we can kind of smush it into place, and we can use a little bit of glue if necessary, right? You'll find out quick since it's an easy build. My favorite Street Fighter guy is live. I'll see you. Yeah, no problem, Rachel. Who's your favorite Street Fighter guy? If you're still here and you haven't left just yet, I do happen to enjoy Street Fighter. But bye bye, as the song has just said. If we don't catch you. All right. Let's start. Mission start, guys. Let's do this. A17, A11, B2. Hey guys, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna poke these babies out? No, we're not gonna poke them out.
Mission start.
Has anyone? No one's redeemed any costume changes, right? Because I have missed some in the past. Actually, I feel kind of bad, guys. Yesterday when I was streaming, I missed a handful of messages. Just between talking, I'm talking here, and the goofiness of my mouse. And there was a bit more people than we normally get coming through here, so I was just having a hard time keeping up with the chat. So I did miss some comments, so I apologize for that, guys. It does happen from time to time. Please bear with me. Please understand. Rip them from the runner. Rip and tear until it is done. Okay, fine. Let's not do the head. We'll do that. We'll rip and tear. just not the head. A17. It's so bent. But I think the parts look fine. Use my pocket knife. Not slide. I think I did the EG ramps that way, and it feels awful. Like you're sitting? No, I felt the power. I felt the dark power take over me. That's how I felt. I was feeling, I felt like unstoppable. Being able to just poke these parts out. It was dark power, but it felt good. It's like the dark side. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh boy, this is some tiny, tiny ass parts. Yeah, if they ever get around to making some Xeon stuff, I would be overjoyed. There's a builder, a streamer from the Philippines that I follow. Nocte Visenia. Shout out to Nocte Visenia. And he is actually building like 6 of these, like 8 of them, and coloring them all different colors. I was like, whoa. Have fun with that. That sounds sweet. Okay. Okay, let's clean these babies up. I think we've got all the relevant parts. Okay. Let's get Haro on the screen just so we have something cute to look at while we deal with this car crash of a box. And the parts, I think the parts are mostly fine. We shall see. And yeah, I picked up some other stuff at the very same sale. Like Dark Magician Girl, and I'm really excited to paint that, build it and paint it. I think that's gonna move up the queue, guys. I like to kind of build things in the order in which I buy them, but clearly with this, I just got this yesterday and I'm building it now, so yeah, we're kind of abandoning that and really getting into some different stuff. Okay, what do we got here? This acapella one, I don't know. Okay. What do they want us to do? It's interesting to me how the experience of building various kinds of grades of model kits, it's kind of, in my opinion now, it's not like I've built many model kits, so I can't really speak from experience, but it seems to me that there's something kind of noteworthy about each grade. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might not be in the mood to build a master grade every single time. Maybe you will be. Maybe you are that kind of person. But, you know, like, I feel like there's something kind of noteworthy about the entry grade building experience. I feel like there's something kind of worthwhile about putting together something like this. That I think everyone should at least experience one time in their life. A2 16. Okay.
Come on, everybody!
Do, do. A2. This might take me a bit longer than normal, just because everything's all weird. B2. Maybe if I kind of put the runners in a certain order. Ah, here we are. I was looking for this one piece. You know, this kit, some of the parts have kind of jostled loose from the runner, and so we're kind of having to deal with that. This is so weird. We're building the face. It just looks so weird at this like step. That's also very Lego-like too, by the way, is that feeling where it's like, I don't even know what I'm building. This looks weird. And suddenly you put the last few parts and it all just makes sense and you're like, shit, sweet. There you go. This is cool looking. I like this very hollow face. There's something kind of haunting about this. It's like a skull. Slowly remove each part. Nani? Which part? There's this extra flappy part on the antenna. We're gonna get rid of that, but we'll just leave it for now. Let's leave it for now. Godslide, you also said that I'd be able to finish, or at least you challenged me to finish a 30-minute missions or sister model in 30 minutes, which I failed miserably. So I mean, yeah, we're probably gonna end up taking more time to do this than you might think. So please bear with me. Okay, that's the right way. Nice. You know, a handful of times when I was building the other kits, I barely looked at the instructions, and it all just came together. Like, I just put the parts where I thought that they would go, and then they just fit together without really much thought at all. It was wild. It was a very nice experience to build. And that's just a credit to the engineers and the designers of these kits. They're just very, very... What's the word I'm looking for? Just fully aware of the building experience and making sure that it just goes so smoothly, which is what you want out of an entry grade kit. And arguably, you would want that experience extended to other kits as well, just because they're master grade, blah blah blah, perfect grade. There's no reason why the building experience can't be a smooth one as well. That can only benefit the builder and the building experience. So I'm fully expecting that, you know, eventually we're going to get into a time when future kits have a very similar kind of workflow, the way the instructions are laid out and all that. And the ease of the way in which the parts connect. And it's also the kind of thing that makes you appreciate Bandai, right? Over other designers, other companies. They just know their shit. They just know their business. In the same way that, like, there's Lego and then there's everyone else. There's Lego and then there's frickin' Mega Bloks. And it's like, yeah, you guys both make model kits. You guys both make brick-built models, but there's a entire universe between a gulf between between Lego and Mega Bloks and Bandai and everyone else. Although I would say that Kodo make really nice kits as well. A2. B3, B4. What? A2. And we're looking for 15. Here we are. This little part is hanging by a thread. Okay, we're just gonna rip it out, guys. There we go. Paper Joey, have Mega Bloks improved in the last 10 years? Yes, I would say that they have improved. I can't really speak from experience because I don't buy Mega Bloks, but in my day, when I used to buy a lot of secondhand Lego, occasionally I would find a stray Mega Blok in there, or even like a whole kit or something just in amongst like a huge bag of Lego stuff, right? And you know, I could definitely tell some of the older stuff was of a certain quality, just felt not as nice, not as good. And that more recent examples, like there's Pokemon Mega Bloks, there's like Halo Mega Bloks, there was Destiny. That stuff felt a little better, ever so slightly better, you know, in terms of the quality of the plastic and stuff like that. I think that the build experience and the instructions, that's a whole other thing where, oh my god, this one runner is so awkward, it's pissing me off. I'm gonna rip this off. More ripping off. There you go. The way it's so curved. Because I think Lego, they're very conscious of making a fun building experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, they make the act of putting the parts together and assembling the inner frame for something, the engineering behind how a door might work, or a roof, or a car engine. All of these things, they're very aware of trying to make that a fun and engaging experience, the process of doing it. And I think that Mega Bloks doesn't really care about that, and they just sort of like robotically tell you, this is the instructions, here are the bricks, they all look the same, we're just gonna clump them all together and just follow this. It's not as entertaining. It's a hard thing to explain, but I think if you built both, you'll kind of know. Paper Joey, sometimes I look at these Lego knockoff sets. They look pretty cool. The noodle stands and stuff. Yeah, there's like some cool Japanese-themed buildings. And they have a wonderful detail. They have a lot of great details in terms of selling you on this idea of like a konbini or anything like that. I think it'd be kind of fine. I think that ultimately they would be fine. Like, the final product would look good. It's again, it just kind of goes back to what I was saying about the actual building experience. I think that would be a little lacking, but you know, the end product will be nice. A13. Here we are. Here, let's do it, guys. We're gonna rip it. We're gonna rip and tear. Like a savage. Okay. And we'll get the back here. As always, I want to make sure that I can kind of take it all back and kind of reset back to zero, so to speak, with these parts. I've heard that blue and red pieces are notoriously hard to get out, like the nub marks. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I do see some nubbage, and I am going to try harder to get it out, just not now. I don't really have any attachment to the Strike Gundam in terms of like the show. I don't know. I don't even know what show it comes from. I don't know how you guys feel about the Strike Gundam as it appears within the fiction. Is it a cool Gundam? Is it a good show? What do you guys think? Should I watch it? Why did they choose this one out of the many Gundams that they could have chosen? What was it about Strike Gundam that made it the subject of something that was going to be introduced as an entry grade? You know, it's going to get into the hands of many builders for the first time. Paper Joe, I feel like that checks out with the blue and red parts. Yeah. I mean, in this case, I will likely be painting this model as well as the other entry grade kits that I have, and so it's not too big of a deal. B212. Let's try and put these in alphabetical order for my sanity. B4. B3, B2, this is what we need, B2, and B1. Okay, let's put this here. And put this here. Paper Joey, it was from Seed. It's pretty polarizing, but it was basically a Bishonen flavor retelling of Gundam. I see. Popular with the ladies then. B212. Here we are, there's 12. Oh, I think we can save a lot of time if I just simply smack this shit out. if I just rip these parts out. I want to make a base for Haro here. I want to make some kind of display, but I think that's going to go on the back burner. I don't really feel all that compelled to do that right now. And I do have, you know, other things on my plate, but that is something that I want to do. A2, 18, here's 18. Let's rip this baby out. Hurrah! I feel the dark power taking over me, guys. I'm starting to rip the parts. Rip them out. Well, yeah, we're gonna clean it, though. We're gonna clean it. I'll only do it if I feel like it's something where it's not really gonna be seen all too much. Alright. This right here, and this right there. Okay, this is just like a loose fitting. Oh, no, it does go in. Okay, gotcha. Now, A220. I don't know if this hit the mark, but I thought it was alright. Oh, you don't know if it hit the mark. I was too young to notice all the low-budget shortcuts. I feel like anime is best enjoyed one episode per week. Netflix would disagree, Paper Joey. Netflix wants you to watch all of that shit immediately, the second it drops. I think that was okay for a while. I was kind of okay with that whole kind of like, what do they call it? Binge watching. I was kind of okay with that, but it does create a situation where it's kind of harder to talk about anime or any show in general that is in the binge watching format. It becomes harder to talk about it with other people because it's like, oh, what have you seen? Have you seen the whole thing? Have you watched up to episode 8? Oh, episode 8 is so good, you know? Whereas like if you just kind of do it the normal way, like, you know, broadcasting schedule per week, as you've said, you know, everyone's on the same page. Like when Game of Thrones came out, everyone's on the same page. We can all like, everyone can talk about the same things that happened, and it's kind of fun, right? And then the next week the same thing happens. Yeah, anime is not really like that if you put everything out at the same time. Binge watching is fun, but for the life of the show, it's very short-lived, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that. These just slide in into the groove. Oh, that is pretty cool. See, man, that was very satisfying, guys. That alone was very, very cool. I'm a simple person. Doesn't take much to impress me. Doesn't take much to make me a happy person. But that was really nice, guys. Paper Joy, I really like the chest part. Worth the cost of entry? $4, dude. I'm about to get another one of these just so I can experience that again. I'll re-up for $4. Actually, you know what? They had multiple kits of these. They had several of these entry grade kits, and they were like $7, $7, $7, $7, and then the very bottom one was $4. And I was like, well, let me just get this $4 one. I pull it out from the bottom, and it is what it is. You guys saw it's mangled, but I was like, $4, we're going, let's go. But I would pay $7. I would pay $12 simply to experience the joy of that one more time. That was very nice, guys. That was sublime, and that's what I mean. It was kind of almost Lego-like, that experience, dude, of just putting in those pieces. Was almost Lego-like. 4. Here we are. Found 4. Worth the cost of entry. Hell yeah. You gotta get the Japanese entry grade version of these if you see them. Why? What is the Japanese entry grade? What's the difference? Do they have different stuff? 7-Eleven? Oh, 7-Eleven. Is it different colored and everything, or is it just different stickers? I mean, yeah, 7-Eleven. That'd be sick. Where's the Canadian one? Where's the Tim Hortons one? That's the primary difference, is that it's 7-Eleven? Okay. That's cool. How's your Supreme Gundam? Don't you have that Supreme Gundam, not slide? Alright, let's put this on the back. Oh, it's very similar, the back part. Ooh, that went in nicely. Look at that. Very nice. A18. Here we are. And we're gonna get the A2. This is going well, guys. We're doing okay. Doing okay. All things considered, we're doing okay. Still in its box, dude. Supreme. Da-da-da. Not good. Oh, is it clear? Not slide? Is it a clear kit? A219. Those clear kits freak me out. Eddie was building one yesterday, and it's like you can hear like the difference, that audible kind of like clack as he's removing parts. It just sounds very different than like cutting away from the other kinds of plastic. I was like, ooh, oh god. It's all clear, not slide? Shit. There's a Japanese version that comes in just a bag that's supposed to go on a display hook instead of being packaged in a box. You can build those kits without opening the bag if you're chat enough. Oh, that's what... Yeah, I think I remember seeing Eddie do that at one point. If you're chat enough. Yeah, that's the thing in the Lego world too, where people build whole kits entirely inside the bag itself. Interesting. Interesting. Let's get this. this is the neck bit. Yeah, why can't we get more of this stuff where it's like, it's not polycap material, it's just like, it's just plastic. Maybe it's slightly rubbery, ever so slightly more rubbery? Probably not though. Let's just get more of that. Enough of this bullshit. The polycaps, B17. We gotta do this 2 times, guys. So we're going to accelerate our building to ludicrous speeds. We're gonna get all these parts at the same time. Are we gonna be savages and poke them out? No, we'll not. We'll withhold our savagery. B17. Here we are. What? I thought I took you out already. B17. We also need 6. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, let's just put them right here. 6. Yeah, that makes sense. Then we gotta get A111, which is possibly this. I don't know if they're mirrored, the parts. This is... I'm gonna look for A1... Here we are. This is not what we need. A111, and then we're gonna get A2. Yeah, the method where everyone, like, where you take out all the parts, like I believe Carmi does it that way. Eddie, I don't know if Not Slide, if you're around, if you kind of cut out all the parts before building. But yeah, that's... I've not tried that. I feel like I would be more confused. A2 11. Wow, I'm so slow. I was like, huh? It's all gray. They all look the same. They wear down faster, I think. You're playing too much with yours? Yeah. Yeah, it's just... That's just how... Wait. The plastic ones? These ones wear down too fast? Or the normal polycap stuff? They're so playable, though. They look so fun to pose, right? How can I resist? That's one thing I'm kind of struggling with, is what I'm going to do with building a diorama with some of the kits that I'm presently building. If I make a diorama, am I going to put them in a fixed pose? I think that would be for the best, but I always want to leave the option open to play with them, right? Can't really do that if I leave them in a fixed pose, so I don't know. Okay, let's put that there. Big brain stuff. There you go. Yep, that's what they want. There you go. And we gotta do this again. Paper Joey, were those diorama you had planned going to be bookends? Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking about, the bookend one. Am I going to leave them in a static pose? I don't know. seems like that would be for the best, right? And then this guy goes here. Oh, ooh, very nice detail, guys. I like it. So yeah, like with some other kits, this would simply be like two halves that you just smush together, but the construction of this alone was very nice and very satisfying. Like it's just good. I like it. It's a very nice experience, just like the other ones. That Bandai, I think they know what they're doing. I think they know their shit when it comes to making model kits. It's my own personal opinion, could be controversial, but they might just be good at this. B2 7. Here we are. It's trippy. It's trippy how these parts, once they all come together, they don't resemble anything like how they look on the frame itself, such that they become almost unrecognizable. Strike EG is so good. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. For my simple smooth brain, this is the exact. Here, let's put Haro just right here on his base. We don't want to get him too scuffed up. Okay, and then same dealio. It's a very good kit. I could see why the like I said, a streamer I follow, Nocte Visenya, I'm understanding why he would want to buy 6 of these things. Yeah, he's got like 5, 6 of them. Do you think that they'll re-release this with like some kind of extra add-on? Because they did that with the RX-78, right? They did that with Grandpa, and they put out like an additional kit with more weapons that he would have used in the show, like the mace, not just the beam saber, but like the hammer, whatever they call it, and a bunch of other stuff. I wonder if they'll do the same thing with the strike, and also I wonder if they'll do the same thing with the RX-78, because the RX-78, he needs the funnels, dude. It's like part of the iconic look of the model, and it doesn't have the funnels. Everyone's been harping on that with good reason. And I mean, it was something that they did to ensure that it came under a certain price point, especially given how tall it was. Actually, Paper Joe, I know you were asking about that, if it's the same scale last time. I didn't catch that at the time, but yeah, it is the same scale as all the other ones. It's just within the fiction of the world, it just truly is that much bigger than the others, which is pretty nutty. But yep, that's how it be. Okay, now we need A110. Strike did have lots of loadouts in the show. Okay, yeah, so it could happen then, which would be very interesting. 10 could happen. Because yeah, the kit that I got for Grandpa, he, like I said, he had the extra weapon pack, and thus he costed ever so slightly more than your standard Grandpa, e.g. Grandpa. We're gonna have to get out B15. A. B15. Here we are. And we're gonna get the B25 as well. Put that there. B2. There it is. Yeah, we're moving at a good pace now. Paper Joey, I like the strike because it was designed to be Gundam dress up. It's totally designed to sell kits. Oh, so you mean like there's more extra biddies and parts that would go onto it? Interesting. Okay, and now we gotta get A19. I'm trying to kind of pick up the pace. I'm not trying to go fast and hurry it, but I'm trying to go at a pace that's just a little faster, just to see if I can do this and not really hit upon too many snags in the process. B. B25. What? Oh, it's A. See? They got me. They got me. Wasn't reading it properly. You know, I was looking up alternate cards for Dark Magician Girl. I was thinking there were going to be like different cards for Dark Magician Girl where she has different kinds of color schemes, different kinds of looks, but I couldn't really find any. It's really just like that standard look for her. I'll do a bit more research. I felt like that was going to be an easy thing to find, and then I would just then base my color scheme for the model on that. But yeah, I might have to go outside of Yu-Gi-Oh for my inspiration. Okay, so we did that, and then this goes like this. We'll do a size comparison when we're done here. Compare the size of the strike with the new and Grandpa. I've got them all handy, close by. Ooh, this feels a little loose. Now, B13 and B23. Here we are. Okay, we're going savagery. Look at that. I just ripped it out without a care in the world. The dark powers are taking over once again. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. I felt like it was okay to do just because this is like a interior joint part. It's not a big deal. Paper Joy, I think there were other Magician Girl types that did different support. Oh, but they went by different names? I'll have to look into that. Because I just want to see what else is out there. Get some ideas going. I was very happy to find that kid. Yeah. Man. And there was other stuff, though, that I could very well have just jumped on instead. I think the orientation looks like that. Like turn A. Ooh, kind of wanted that turn A. Yeah, it goes like that. And we're gonna stick these biddies on now. By the way, the face is really, really nicely done. Really, really nicely done. And that shadowy area around the eyes, I know other people have mentioned it. The way that like the lining is created around the eyes is simply through the shadows. That's just a stroke of brilliance. That's what that is. That cow would have been sweet. It would have been one 1 in 100 scale cow. But, you know, you gotta... I have to show restraint. I have to show restraint. Can't be a wild boy. And the waifus. That's the other thing, too, was the waifus. They get priority. It was primarily a Gunpla sale, but there was obviously some waifus and some other things. I was like, they get priority, you guys. Sorry, Gundam. The ladies come first. No stickers on the face too. That's right. And yeah. I really appreciate that. You know what's funny? The new Gundam has one sticker. It's practically like all these other ones, a stickerless set. But there's just that one runner, or rather that one little square, extra square. And it's like, it's a little sticker. Wait, are we doing this right? Yes. And so for this we need B213. Here we are, B213. Look at this. This is a face, guys. Look at this. Isn't this a My Hero Academia character? Hold on. Focus, damn you. Ah, shit. Isn't this the face of a My Hero Academia character? It might be hard to see. What's the sticker for? On his right shoulder, like right here, or rather the left shoulder. Right here, there's the symbol. The symbol, like Amuro's symbol or something. That's all it is. One sticker. A17. I'm half tempted to just poke all this shit out, because it's like almost more time consuming just rifling through all of this, trying to find what I need. A17. BBB. A1 is over here, yes. Got all sorts of parts everywhere. Not very organized. If I was more organized, this would probably go much quicker. And now we need B14. Remember Call of Duty ripped off that symbol around the time I picked up? Really? That's funny. You know, these things happen. You know, it's a board graphics designer. It's some board guy within the studio. Excuse me, within the studio. And you know, they gotta make how many symbols? They gotta make how many stickers and customization options for the game? And it's like, fuck, I'm just gonna put Amuro's symbol in the game. Why the hell not? I gotta get this shit done. Thinks that no one's gonna notice, but you know, it's the internet. It's 2022. Nothing goes unnoticed on the internet. There you go. Now we gotta do we're making the shoulder biddies now. A16. Here we are. Let's rip it out. Rip and tear. Ugh. Ooh, this was a little hard to come out. Ugh. Ooh. The aggression. And 5. We're gonna be nice. B19. B19. Here we are. Go. And we do have to do this step one more time, so let's just get everything. Sometimes I like to just do it one at a time because I'm a smooth brain and I'm slow, and and to prevent the risk of making errors. But I mean, there's so few pieces that I feel pretty okay about doing this. This is like, it just came out. And we need B2, which already just fell out. And let's try and clean up these parts. In the same way talk shows and sitcoms steal jokes from comedy clubs because the writers hang out in the audience for ideas and no one checks if it's original. Yeah, it's comedy in the world of comedy. Yeah, it's happening a lot. And it wasn't too long ago that I saw something with SNL that they had stole some jokes from a YouTuber. So it wasn't stand-up comedy, but it was a comedy YouTuber. And yeah, it was maybe a month ago where SNL had this skit where it was the Charmin Bears, you know, from the commercials, the Charmin Bears, and it's like the whole family of them, and one of them wants to go to college and like do something else, doesn't want to take up the family business of selling people toilet paper, you know, shit tickets. And that's the whole gag, and there's like very specific parts about the gag that were present in a much earlier, maybe like a year ago, YouTube video, a YouTube skit, effectively the very same gag using the same sort of specific hooks into the jokes. So it's pretty damning on their part, on SNL's part, but the guy who got ripped off was very gracious about it all. Was very kind of like, he was like, you know, I'm just gonna take this opportunity, because it got like a lot of views and a lot of attention, right? I'm just gonna take this opportunity to promote like a bunch of other great comedians, a bunch of other great guys that you guys should be watching instead. It sucks that it happened to me, but it's not like he's gonna sue or any shit like that, right? At the end of the day. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's pre-cut. Oh, there was a part that's just floating around like that. Oh shit. It's pre-cut. So was this the one, Paper Joey? You're saying that you buy multiple kits of something whenever you get the chance. Which one was it? Was it this one? Or was it something else? That's something that in the art world, like, you know, I'm very aware of too, is getting ripped off. I don't think it's happened to me as of yet. I mean, maybe it has and I just haven't noticed, but like, I see it a lot, and now with like generative AI, like the potential for that is even more so. But I mean, it's just how it be. All I can do is just keep working. It was the Leo, but I have picked up an extra EG Strike because I also found one for really cheap. Nice. Hell yeah. Way to go. Getting cheap shit. It's a thrill. I live for it. Like, yeah, back when I used to collect games and like go game hunting, I used to kind of hit up flea markets and secondhand stores, and it was like, that was like my hobby, was looking for classic rare games and shit like that. Yeah, that was my hobby for several years actually. Just the notion of getting something on sale, getting a deal, you know, finding a game that's worth $700, $800, which I have, and getting it for $5 or something. That's happened, and it's a fucking high. I'm like, oh yeah, that felt so good. Give me that high. B2. B2. The Leo. What's the full name of this Leo model kit, so I can look it up. I probably have seen it before. When Gundams cost the price of coffee, hell yeah. So, as far as the schedule for the rest of the week goes, I'm not anticipating streaming tomorrow, and I possibly might not stream Monday. We'll see how things work out. I very well might just get the itch to stream, because I don't think I really plan to stream today. It's just kind of like, why not? Let's go. But definitely not tomorrow. I will put my stamp of approval on that. I am thinking about publishing a schedule on a weekly basis as well. I think that's a good idea. I've seen that. People don't really use the schedule on Twitch itself, but rather just, have like a schedule that they put out on Twitter for the rest of the week, and then people can have something to look forward to. I'm thinking about that. I'm seeing this Leo now. That is pretty cool. That is a nice one. The grunts. I am more of a grunt guy. I kind of like I said, I've been buying I bought 2 gym snipers, and I kind of want more, and I like Zaku's. I just like the vibe of the grunts. All right, let's get the legs. We're on to the legs, guys. Making progress here. This is also empty, if I'm looking at it correctly. So let's just toss that to the side. What else is empty? We can kind of declutter. We can Mary Kondo our setup here. A3. So A3 is going to be mostly leg stuff, leg day. Let's get that knocked out. Savagery. Rip it out like a savage. I think if you just look up MS Leo, yeah, I found it. It's neat. B322. Here we are. 22. This guy here seems like he might be slightly larger than Grandpa. Judging by like looking at the calves and stuff. But we'll see. Oh, okay. I was looking at the instructions, I was like, huh? How does this go? They want me to do it which way? B321. Here we are. That was a little snug of a fit, and I kind of want to avoid really firmly connecting the parts, but we shall carry on. How are we doing for time? Oh, it's not even 3 hours. Wow. A34, A323. These are all mirrored parts, or they're the same identical parts, so I don't have to worry about like left side, right side. I feel like the legs have a lot of details on this kit. Oh yeah? Let's go. Let's check out these details. Let's check out these deets. There you go. Oh. Yeah, like the construction of them, there's a lot going on, which is pretty cool. There we go. Okay. Cool. Nice. Very nice. Wow. Let's do that again, one more time, guys. It was so fun. Let's do it one more time. The instructions demand it. B422. Where am I going to paint this one? Or rather, why am I... Or, like, how am I going to paint it? I don't know. I don't really have a good idea on any kind of style for this. Oh, were? I mean, yes, I will. I don't really know what kind of styling I'm going to go for it. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of very carefully assembling it, but not really putting the parts like very, very firmly together. Because I want to have that option to take it all back for the sake of painting in sub-assemblies, which is something that I'm getting used to in this world of gunpla building and gunpla painting. It's not something I had to do all that much in the old days of single plastic, single part Warhammer miniatures. Which, by the way, I think next month. God, do I wanna put this out there? Because if I say it, then I'm gonna have to actually see it through. I kind of want to paint some retro miniatures next month. I've just got the itch to do some retro stuff. We're talking models from the 80s, maybe even older. I have quite the collection of old Hammer. Not even necessarily stuff from my own childhood, because some of this is from before my time. It's just a matter of like, again, like just being in the hobby for as long as I have, you just sort of find this stuff. And again, that also relates to going into thrift stores, secondhand stores, finding like board games like Hero Quest. Yeah, and I think Hero Quest is a beautiful game, just in terms of the aesthetics, just in terms of like the things that come in the box and the tactile feel of the parts and everything that comes in it is just a beautiful, beautiful box of stuff. It's like nostalgia bomb. And again, I don't even have actually nostalgia for it, because I didn't have Hero Quest as a kid. But it's just amazing. Warhammer history time? Yeah, dude, we could get into that. We can definitely get into the Warhammer history. I'll spare you guys today. Won't get in too deep into the shit. Because I mean, there's two sides of it. There's like the personal history with Warhammer. There's like my own, experiences with it, and that was just like a really cool thing to have growing up. But also there's the lore and the fiction of Warhammer, which is a whole other ordeal. It's a whole other thing. It's interesting. I was talking to a streamer the other day, and he was talking about how Yu-Gi-Oh was like there for him. Yu-Gi-Oh was, a part of his life that was a positive thing, and there's just so much in your life that can be not positive, especially depending on where you grow up. That just it's just kind of works out that way. That you can there's a lot of shitty things that can come your way. But you know, Yu-Gi-Oh was the one of the few things that was like good. And I think Warhammer was kind of like that for me as well. I grew up in a part of Toronto, a part of Canada, that is often regarded as like the bad part of Canada. I never really saw it that way, to be honest. That was the reputation that this place got, but it was often likened to something like living in the bad parts of New York, living in the bad parts of Detroit, living in like, you know, sketchy parts of America. But I honest to God never saw it that way. Living there for as long as I have, just because I've been to actually the bad parts of New York. I've been to like a third world country. Like I've been to 2 third world countries. I know what like bad parts of town actually look like. I've been to bad parts of Philadelphia. So yeah, anytime people say that about where I come from, it always struck me as a very privileged statement. Do you know what I mean? It struck me as like someone, a Canadian, because Americans wouldn't really know if I said I come from Scarborough. Americans wouldn't really know, but it just sounds like a very Canadian privileged kind of thing to say, where it's like, oh, you're from there, ooh, you know. It's like, dude, you don't even know the half of it. You grew up in Canada. But yeah, that's how I felt about Warhammer, despite the fact that I don't think I came from a particularly bad part of town necessarily. It could still be rough and tumble, like any place really. But yeah, I avoided a lot of bad stuff. Kept out of trouble. Thanks to Warhammer. You know, just playing games, painting my little toys, while you know, other people could be getting into some bad shit. I was painting my little elves and my little goblins. Very wholesome. You know what? The shield is gonna be like the very last thing. The shield is the most questionable part about this entire build, right? That's the big question mark as far as how it's all gonna come together. Is this thing gonna be okay? And yet, it's the last thing. It's gonna end up being the last freaking thing. Is Warhammer as expensive as the memes and jokes make it out to be? Frankly, yes. But I would say that any hobby that you kind of immerse yourself in as an adult is gonna cost more or less the same. Let's be real here. You know, it's like Gunpla. Like would you say that building Gunpla is a expensive hobby? I think it is, but once you are firmly entrenched in a hobby, you can kind of rationalize anything. Anything can make sense if you kind of find enough ways to excuse it, right? And the same is true for Warhammer. And also the other thing is, much like Gunpla, much like plamo, there are ways to get into the hobby that are not as pricey. There are ways to get into it that are not gonna break the bank. And there are things and there's models and stuff you can get that are analogous to something like an EG kit. There's stuff you can get into that's not gonna break the bank, and you can get into it and kind of check out the hobby at a you know, like a more reasonable price point, I guess is the way to put it. But it is expensive. It is expensive. I'm not gonna try and tell you otherwise. I would be a bald-faced liar. It's expensive. And you know, if you want an army to play with other people, it's gonna cost you multiple hundreds of dollars, possibly even like $1,000 to have something that you would take to a tournament. Let's put it that way. If you were like someone that was like really all in on Warhammer, and you wanted to play competitively, you're looking at like $1,000, multiple, like very expensive armies, and then the rule books and all of that stuff. It's that expensive. But of course, there's again, much like Gunpla, there's many ways to get into hobby. You don't have to play a game that large. You don't have to play with gigantic armies. They have smaller scale games that are like skirmish games. So yeah. Oh, what's going on here? oh, wait. Okay. Wow, brain fart. What are your thoughts on 3D printing in the hobby? I know some people find this contentious. I think that in general, it's fine. So, wow, guys, that is a loud-ass train. We must reciprocate the train's mating call with our own mating call. Here it is. So, I think that it's a good thing in general. Let's just loop back this music. Actually, no, let's get something different. Let's get something different. Ba-da-da-da-da. What do we got? What do we got? Castlevania? No. Persona? Let's go Persona. Oh, actually, no. Sometimes I get flagged on Persona. Sometimes Persona flags me. What do we want? Okay, let's go with some Vidya game music. If I can find it. Pardon me. Here we go. I think for hobbyists who are simply going to be playing the game with their friends, and by and large, that's how many people enjoy the hobby, much in the same way, like I don't ever intend to become a tournament level Street Fighter man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever aspire to that. It's just fine to just play that game and 3D print to your heart's content. Whatever, let's go. But if you intend to play in like an official Warhammer tournament, a Warhammer sanctioned tournament, you know, by Games Workshop, then you're gonna have to play by their rules, and they're not really gonna be cool with you using 3D printed models, right? They're, at the end of the day, it's like if you went to a Magic the Gathering tournament, right? If you went to play MTG, it's not like you can go to a tournament and play with cards that you printed on the computer, right? Or that you like drew on the back of like a napkin or anything. You can't play Magic the Gathering like that. You have to use real legit cards, and that's in an official setting for Magic the Gathering. But it also relates to what do I want to say? The related kind of events that they have at local stores. Again, you're not going to be able to do things like that with MTG, right? So the same kind of applies to Warhammer and in general. It's Bacon. What up, Bacon? How you doing? Are you back from your journey, from your travels? What have you done? What have you done, Bacon? What have you bought? What's the damage? Or will these things be revealed later today? I haven't really spent much on Warhammer, I should say, in recent years, because really, a lot of what I'm doing is kind of going through my backlog that I had bought as a teenager, and painting a lot of that. And I had been recently given a bunch of Warhammer stuff by an old friend. You guys know I've mentioned that several times. So yeah, I haven't really actually bought new Warhammer stuff. That day is going to come. That's going to happen. But it's not something that... Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. Brain fart moment. Something about these legs, there's a very specific leg for each one. Okay, I think this is right. Honey? Well, let's just put this shit together in the way that I think it goes, and then they can tell me if I fucked up. Tools only, nice! Congratulations, Bacon. You deserve a wizard's clap. You deserve a wizard's clap. There you go. You didn't crack, you didn't break. Held strong. And Eshwin? What do you get? Ooh, I like this leg. Yes, sir. This is a very nicely detailed leg. You were not lying, Paper Joey, that the leg is quite detailed. Very cool. Okay, that is the legs. Now, we are on the final steps, and sure enough, it's just the legs that we have left to do. That's a nice leg you got there. B215. There shouldn't be many pieces left at this point. And yeah, for as much as I've been building, I have not encountered any kind of, you know, piece that's been bent out of shape or anything like that. It's all good. All Gouda. Ooh, okay. Okay, it's the gun time. Sun's out, guns out. What tools, Bacon? Can you share with us what tool it was? I'm so curious. So this actually bodes well for the rest of the models that both I and me and Night Trap have bought yesterday from this sale. This is a good sign that this box, which is the most jacked up box from all the things that we had bought, is largely fine. There's really no issue with anything that I had bought at this point. And so for the rest of the model kits where the boxes were noticeably worse, better. They're far better than this. The condition of them. I'm not really expecting any problem with the parts. That's what I want to say. It's hard to come out. Nice legs. Put the little gun. You gotta clean up some of these little parts. Gonna be much more conscious of cleaning them up. Okay, guys, is it time? It's time for the shield. It's shield time, baby. What's gonna happen? Will this actually turn out okay? You know, 1 second here. Let's see. Curious. Okay. This is all clear. The moment of truth. Oh, the tension. I can't believe that it was all the way at the end. I mean, I guess that's kind of how it is. They want you to build the main body and everything. So I should have known better. I should have just skipped right to this part, but this is what we've all been waiting for, guys. Like, look at that. This is so pronounced. Holy shit. You got a second kit because you like the shield that much. Holy shit. It is a nice shield. No lies detected. You're gonna do a show and tell. Nice. Very exciting. And that'll be later today there, Bacon. I'm excited. Stay tuned for that, everyone. He'll be on later today, possibly around 10 Eastern Time. Please refer to your own time zones. Just clean up these biddies. And so, I'm looking forward to painting these now, because I do want to gain some experience in terms of seam line removal and all of that stuff. I do want to get better. Sorry, not seam line removal. I want scribing. I want to get some XP in scribing. Goes like this. Okay. That doesn't seem right. Goes like this. Goes like this. I see. Okay. Okay. Little skinks, if I'm reading that correctly. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How you doing? Little skinks. Hey, look at that, guys. It's another mating call of the train. Back to lurking, Gotham Central right now. We were just reciprocating the mating call of the train real quick. But look, that was the bed shield. And it's totally fine. No issue at all. The one part that was highly questionable regarding this kit, this Ding and Dented kit, turned out to be not an issue at all. It's all Gouda. Should this go in more? I think that's how it is. It turned out okay, yeah. It turned out pretty much how it should, right? It seems like it was a happily ending after. Happily ended. What? Wow, my brain is toast. Happily ever after. Wow, that's what I wanted to say. Oh, there's one last part here, which I have not found. Wait, what is it? We're looking for... Yeah. We're looking for A333. Okay, let's do some investigation here. I do not see it. A333. The elbow mount, you're right. Where could it be? Did I discard it? A333. I may have cut it out, and I may have misplaced it. A1, B, A2, A3. A3, A4, Nani? It's probably here somewhere, but I am presently not able to find it. A3? I think I saw it too. Okay. I am a little too lazy right now to find that part. It's somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. We've had pretty good luck with everything else with this kit, so it's definitely somewhere. I just can't find it right now. And also, my brain is depleting. Those elbow mount parts are so weird. Yeah, I think I've seen the very same one for these other kits. And so let's do a little size comparison, guys. We finished up the strike. Let's appreciate the strike just on his lonesome. Minus the mount thing shield, which is somewhere. I guarantee you it's somewhere. But this is a very nice model. It has design cues that you are familiar with Gundam. It has the Gundam look, of course, but it is quite nice. I like how there's the gray accents to kind of give you a bit of variation, and it has a nice look to it on the back, and it's going to look even better if you do some panel lining. So very nice overall, a very nice model. And again, this was four Canadian bucks. You can't considering how much joy I had, especially that chest part, guys. You guys knew. The funny thing is, I know that Paper Joey and Not Slide, they knew that that was a really good part in the instructions. And when it happened, you guys were just like, I could tell that you guys just kind of nodded in approval.